Welcome back once more to Final Fantasy XIV, and here in, Winfilia's room in Revenant's Hall, we continue our quest with Traitor in the Midst. Twice I might, I cannot shake the creeping sense of dark foreboding, but it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primates have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such time as a permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Ashians, Iriange is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the dark beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us speak then of more current matters, in particular the state of the Crystal Braves. I've known it well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he is doing his best. I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be. Independent to a fault and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alvino has entrusted countless matters of import to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer. I should be most grateful if you would go to him and support him in whatever manner you are able. Speak with Alphino. What is it, Desiree? And to be concise, I'm rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to the Braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there's already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions, but I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilbert. Tell him that I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Desiree.
Hail to you, Scion. How might we serve you? Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence.
In this echoing room here.
Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the grand companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
Alright then, off to the Hall of Flames.
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
She is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye. We've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Ha! Spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to her, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Hilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the Monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General, you wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Okay. A bit on the unspectacular side. Where is it? Yeah. Our hunt for the ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice it to say, we must tread warily. But one misstep may well cost us our lives. Our business is concluded for the time being. Let us return to the Rising Stones and to report to Commander Lavalier. What Roban said about in times of crisis, man's loyalty is cheap to buy. But probably means this is the perfect time for the Ivy to extend their network. Well, unless our investigation gets in the way. We are returned from Ul'dah, Commander. And not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble. You will recall that the Fourth was tasked with reconnoitering the rendezvous site used by the Ivy's minions and these Imperial contacts. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. God damn it! According to the report, one of ours has been taken captive. The Guardians are not one to treat their foemen with dignity, and I have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. We call those braves to our field. Begging your pardon, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Guardians with more captives. Yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you are our best chance we have. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you are willing, but of course you are. Now, Aliana of the Fourth lies in wait in the tangle near the entrance to Custom Sentry. Seek her out and she will apprise you of the situation. Okay, off into the tangle. Okay, Braves. You to aid us in the rescue mission? We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now, time is against us, so allow me to be brief on the situation. The Guardians fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Wish and hauling her away to the custom yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Guardians may be interrogating Wish, or worse. With her hurts, I fear she will not long survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is strong as mithril. None of us will stand by while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the Fourth, will infiltrate Custom Sentry. Please help us find Wish before it's too late. Still makes no sense for me why the gates open when I pass through, but where am I? Wish, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, Warrior of Light. Now, to quit this accursed place, Wish cannot move with these wounds. She will need to be carried out. I believe a diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Guardians will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If you were to create a commotion within the custom, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let us speak again once we are safely outside the walls. And do not leave this place alive. Ah, more of them. I've awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You've done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade reaches safe and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left is to report the mission success to Commander Leveilleur. I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. It does me well to see you thus returned. Though I doubt not your prowess, entering an enemy's stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess of having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as is your wont. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to their expert administrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Desiree. Allow me to also thank you, Scion. Raish owes you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see to it that the men keep their wits about them. And it may take time, that I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Desiree, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Carthus. I've been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. You shall depart as soon as you're ready. Yeah, I do it. We've been blessed with a rare opportunity, Desiree. An audience with an ambassador from the Holy See of Ishgard. We had to treat with Sir Emeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. It's considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Emeric wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Carthus. Mayhap you feel this to be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use? If so, I should remind you that the more good can be accomplished with a stroke of a pen than a thrust of a sword. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador. By all means, I think it's a wonderful idea. We received no reports of atmospheric disturbances or unusual beast trap activity of late. If Alphino believes your presence may help him secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Antecedent, I take it Desiree has explained the situation? She has, yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one of which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Abalafia's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean alliance, formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the Alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver-Tier Skies. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas, even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Cartano, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I've tried to convince Ishka to rejoin the Alliance at every opportunity. I've explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why, naught. Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction? I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers we've been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I'm not so naive as to think they will come to us out of the goodness of their heart. We have something they desire, but I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Desiree. Our old friend Lord Horshafant is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with a man? Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. But I think that is enough for this episode. And next time we talk to Horshafant and meet Sir Emmerich. Until then, Mace and don't get lost.